Welcome to On the Set. I'm Jamie Brooke. On the Set takes you behind the scenes of some of Wilmington's current film and video projects. We talk to the people involved and show you what it takes to make it happen, right here on the set. Technology has sped up our lives in the last several years. We used to wait on the evening news and newspapers to find out what has happened during the day. Now we have the internet and 24 programming. In short, we live in a society of instant information. Today, we want to take you on a journey through the lives of some of our local news gatherers. We spent a day with the wonderful professionals of Wilmington's own WECT, News Channel 6.
You know, the majority of the time you just keep on trucking because a lot of times, most of the times you're under a deadline, so it's in and out.
We might have a plane crash. What we know we have is a plume of smoke in the woods that's hard to find.
Of a plane crash in rural Brunswick County, although
our end of the business is getting to be much more entertainment and very promotionally oriented.
All right, see you, Dave.
He's letting us handle all this? Cool!
Yeah. I've never been up on this helicopter.
You just called to say.
So how do the stories get to the newsroom? It all begins with a phone call. You might not think it, but this is a very important part of the news broadcast. This is where it all begins.
Well, we have a woman who called. A citizen said she saw the plane go down. We've got the smoke in sight, but John Rossborough hasn't heard anything about it, and he's checking into it to tell us what he's, what he knows.
He's not ready?
He won't be ready. We won't have him up in the air for a half hour, if then. He's unloading a truck. I think he'll probably drop that. He needs gas. He's got to do that. And we've got an issue with how much.
Made it sound like he was standing by, just ready to go.
Well.
Basically, we heard on the scanner that a plane had gone down. Somebody saw a plane go down, saw smoke, so we got our crews rolling. We make a ton of phone calls. We called, Sheriff of Pender County and Brunswick County and just anyone that might be involved. They don't know what's going on. We have our crew that's trying to find the scene, and it's off in the woods and they can't get to it, so it's a lot of questions.
Okay, thank you, Beth. You're a good woman. Bye. Beth is saying there's no airplane. Beth is Sheriff Hewitt's good woman. There is no airplane. There is a controlled burn.
And finally, once you put out enough calls, somebody calls you back and they know who they're supposed to talk to, and they've contacted somebody who does know. And so now we found out that it's a controlled burn that everyone knew about, that's perfectly safe. There was a crop duster that was flying in the general area and went down for a normal landing, and someone happened to see the landing and the controlled burn and put those two together and thought that it was a plane crash. And it's not.
From photographers to character generators, certain positions have to be delegated to complete the project. Each of these positions carries its own load of responsibility while they work together as a team.
Okay, all right. Thanks, we'll be on it. Right now I just got a call from somebody about a story idea that we may need to work on today. They also took the paper off about it, so if we don't get on it now, it'll be too late.
Being aware of the stories of the day and making sure that they're covered logistically speaking, we've got to make sure that we have the right people to be at the right place at the right time, and that's an assignment function.
So you show up, find out what the big stories of the day are, hook up with a reporter, drive around, take some pictures, talk to some people, go where stuff's happening, hopefully. Come back and edit it on a deadline, and it's fun.
We're aware of stories that are going to be happening a month from today, and what's going to be going on tonight and tomorrow, and so on.
And this has happened many times. You spend all day at one scene, one situation. You shoot the heck out of it. You get some really good pictures, but if it comes down to crunch time and your reporter is dragging their feet or whatever, and it takes them a long time to write the story. You might only have 10 minutes to cut that. And so you've shot all this great stuff, but if you don't have time to edit it, then it never gets seen. So,
well, there are two different kinds of vans. There are the microwave, which is what we have, and the other kind is a satellite truck itself. They are able to move quickly and bring live pictures from almost anywhere if all the equipment is working. We have mechanical equipment in a truck that allows us to send a signal from the location to a tower. We have two towers. We have one right next to the building here. We have our main tower, which is out by White Lake, which is probably 60 miles from here. And we can shoot our picture or our signal from the live trucks to either one of those towers, depending on where the truck is. From there, the signal comes master control. From master control, it comes back into here and back into the satellite center. That's what we call the BAT truck, big ass truck. What it is a moving studio. What we can do with that truck is go to an event like the Azalea Festival Parade, and that is actually a moving studio. What you saw in the control room up there with a director and an audio and a producer can all be done within that truck. We can put as many as 7 people inside that truck.
In the meantime, you got a regular newscast to put on. Trying to put all that together.
After the filming is completed, the news crew heads back to the studio where the footage is reviewed and brought together with facts to create a story. Let's take a look at what it's really like to be on the set.
We have gone pretty much some fairly primitive stuff involving black and white 16mm film to something that is spectacularly more easy. Okay, you're seeing now what the camera usually sees, and in just a second you'll see the camera as well as it looks in on our familiar and comfortable scene here on the news set.
The mother of a murder victim wants Wilmington women to take back tonight. We'll tell you how at 11.
This is what you're used to seeing on TV, the big blue background back here and the various colors of the molding that surround it, with 3 cameras, monitors, teleprompters, lights everywhere, and this is our workplace. This is where we do what we do.
A 3-car collision in front of New Hanover High School looks routine until police find heroin. Plus, only a few hours now before Martha Stewart reports to federal prison in West Virginia, and the TV crews are waiting for her.
As you see the pictures there on the front of the cameras, that's where the teleprompter is played back right now. It's on what we call air signal. It would be on script if it were during a newscast, and for the most part, all of what we say is actually on the prompter, also on the hard copy on the desk in case the prompter goes down, which it has done. Behind the cameras there, you see an interview set, which is supposed to look really like a typical living room or den setting, and that's where they interview various people about things. And they have dogs and cats on there on Fridays all over the couches for the Pet of the Week segment. And just to the left of that, there is half of a kitchen. You might not be able to see much of it. It's kind of in the dark over there, but it's on wheels, and it slides over or rolls over there in front of the kitchen set. Switches and cables and things of that nature back here behind this blue screen that we really just can't get to at the moment. But all of this is crammed in here, and it's a good sized area, but for a studio, it's not really all that big.
When the winds are blowing, the weathermen come a-running. It's their job to keep us informed about the constantly changing weather conditions of the world around us.